Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam Kovic.
And I'm Bruce Greene.
And I'm Lawrence Sonntag.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
Whoa! It's in 2016.
2016.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are nursing a hangover right now, much like many of us, you're welcome for all that screaming we just did for you. Stop it. Anyway, take two. Ibbies.
Ibbies?
What's an Ibby?
What the fuck are ibbies?
It's ibuprofen, man. That's what the
Okay.
cool kids call them.
That's what
Slam some ibbies, baby.
That's what kids call
You got a headache?
ibuprofen?
Pop some ibs.
That's dumb.
There you go. Cool dude.
Boy. Okay. Anyway, shut up. All right. It's a bright new year. This is 2016.
2016.
Is promising to be a really interesting year for gaming.
That's true.
We got VR on the horizon, maybe a new console from Nintendo, and Overwatch, the best game in the world.
Coming out sometime.
We don't know if it's the best game.
I believe
Best
we
game.
dubbed it Best Game of 2016.
People love hearing us talk about it when they can't play it.
Since Games PR is all cuddled up on vacation and we ain't got shit to report about, we thought it'd be a good idea to anticipate what the big stories of the coming year will be. And if nothing else, it'll give our loving audience some ammunition to tell us we're fucking stupid when this stuff doesn't happen 9 months from now.
We love these guys, right, Lawrence? Anyway, take
It's
it.
so obvious now that it already happened. Anyway, first up, we're calling VR being a massive flop.
What?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Take it
All right. It won't actually be, but everyone will think it will be. This is mostly us predicting where the news cycle will go. So basically, the first VR hardware will come out. Early adopters will snap it up, and they'll say it's awesome because it costs a lot of money. But it won't catch on in the mass market right away. No. This will lead to small initial sales and invariably a lot of bloggers and investors saying that this new tech is a dud and a total flop.
We're actually confident VR will eventually find its way into most homes, but the clunky helmet/goggle getup is a little too intimidating for John Q. Six-Pack at the moment.
Yeah, it's true. As a result, it'll find roots in gaming and porn circles, but not be the 100 million seller that investors are hoping for.
The good news is, dear viewer, that it won't matter for you.
Okay.
Once these damn things finally drop on store shelves, you'll be able to immerse yourself in the finest 3D anime porn you can imagine.
I think Lawrence is already doing
And
that.
speaking of Overwatch. Holy shit. So a small addendum to this story. We're expecting to see the first VR-related death about 2 weeks after these puppies finally get on the public's hands.
Only 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's enough time for a human being to starve. That's basically what I'm thinking. Somebody's going to get home, pop up in that 3D porn, and not move until their heart stops.
Wow.
I mean, have you seen what they can do with 3D porn these days? Jeez, how's a hot-blooded man or woman to resist?
Look, whatever it is, PSVR, Oculus, or HTC Vive, whoever gets the first death, they're going to be the winner.
They're going to be the winner?
God bless America.
The news will only be talking about Oculus death crisis.
All right, next up, Nintendo finally releases a console gamers give a shit about. We've done several reports on the know so far that, to us, indicate a late 2016
Thank you.
release for Nintendo's next console, currently codenamed NX.
If the console ends up employing tech that Nintendo's patented in the last few years, it sounds kind of beastly, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. Theoretically, again, if you add up all these patents together, you get a machine that can both incorporate remote processing from modules and controllers and even be done in tandem, so you can go out and buy a gang of Nintendo NX controllers, plug them all in, and then you'll have the world's best console.
Cool.
But it can also reach out to other idle NX units on the internet to help cloud process stuff like AI and weather effects. So
Awesome.
Theoretically, you're looking at the most powerful console ever.
Maybe possibly, or just Skynet 2.0. The controller even sounds like some pretty next level shit.
Yeah.
Again, if you believe the patents, which some might be in there, it's a giant touch-enabled display screen with 2 analog sticks. This means buttons could swap out with relevant icons to tell you what they do or even shift around on the screen to make that part of the game.
Yeah, based on that, we're guessing that gamers will actually care about Nintendo's next system for a little bit at least. I mean, just as long as it's relevant with, and it depends on the games that come out, as usual.
Yeah, if it doesn't launch with any heavy hitters, you could be looking at another Wii situation.
Yep.
That console really captivated the core gaming audience before it came out. And then it came out, and Wii Sports was fun, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So the NX could be interesting tech with no real games. However, we have also previously reported that a group of Nintendo first-party developers have gone mysteriously silent lately.
Like, they disappeared?
Yeah.
They're all
Oh.
dead.
They've just gone a little
They
dark.
all died watching porn VR.
Is Nintendo making the Manhattan Project? We need headlines for next year. We're working on these.
It's a bunch of anime porn games in a metal shell that they drop over a country. And then all the wars stop because everybody's getting filleted by a girl that doesn't exist. So basically, the software developers in question here are Retro Studios, Intelligent Systems, and Monolith Soft. They have no current active projects right now, which implies to me that they're working on something they haven't announced yet.
Cool.
And probably NX launch software. And those are 3 top-tier developers. So if they each field 1 really good game, 3 really good launch games is a pretty good slate to have for a new console.
So headline-wise, we are calling it here right now. The NX will release in 2016. and you will actually care about it.
Wow, are we going to care about it?
I already care about it, but
Okay.
the allure of the mystery is what's got me.
Gotcha.
Where I don't think we're going to see really anything until E3. And my God, how cool would it be to reveal at E3, launch that holiday?
That'd be great.
Yeah,
That's what the PlayStation and Xbox did.
it was great.
Kind of. Wasn't E3, but you get the idea.
Yeah, kind of.
And finally, we're predicting that 2016 will finally be the year Valve makes another single-player game.
Oh man, yeah, right.
Yeah, well, their last game was Portal 2 in 2011, so it has been a while, and it's probably not going to be Half-Life 3.
Probably
so,
not. I don't think it'll be at all.
So go ahead and tuck that one away.
We're making this call based on how we've seen Valve operate as a hardware and software developer. They always launch a product with some kind of software to show you why you should use it.
Yeah, the original Steam piggybacked on Counter-Strike to get it on PCs around the world. That was the service you had to use to get the game patched and ready. Then once they had the install base, they could go to publishers and say, hey, Steam is on 3.5 million PCs. If you want to digitally distribute a game, Steam is how you do it.
Yeah, and I think this kind of plays into our previous headline where when VR is not going to be doing well, I think it's going to be Valve who steps up and says, this is what you can do with VR. So hopefully they'll show us the way.
Yeah, they also kind of did the same thing with Big Picture Mode in their own operating system, Steam OS, to support the launch of Steam machines and the Steam Link, but the success of those things really hasn't been determined yet. A lot of people would say they're not successes.
Yeah, we see the launch of the Vive as Valve's attempt to establish themselves as the digital distribution platform for VR. They already did it for desktop gaming with Steam, so it makes sense that they want to lay claim early on in the VR landscape.
Yeah.
And sure, they can do that with hardware. The Vive has some cool features. The head tracking, the movement tracking is all really cool. The controllers are really cool. But I think Valve, more than any other company, knows they need to push that out with software, too. They need the killer app. And so far, the Vive doesn't really have any head-turning games. They've got Job Simulator, which makes some pretty great videos and is fun to play around with. But after you juggle ketchup bottles for an hour, you might be wondering why you have a, $800 contraption in your living room.
Yep. We expect that Valve understands they'll need a killer app to really get the Vive to catch with gamers. And since they can't bank on a vibrant multiplayer scene since the Vive hasn't even launched yet, it necessitates a single-player experience. That's why we all kind of thought it was going to be Half-Life 3 until we just recently reported on that doesn't exist. So now I have no idea what the killer app's going
Well,
to be.
also the technology isn't really at the point where you can play a fast-paced game
Yeah,
like
that's
Half-Life. It kind of makes sense it'll be something that's more immersive and, pardon the pun, but game-changing.
Yeah. So boom it. Write it in your boom calendar. Valve will release a single-player experience with the Vive, and it'll probably be really cool. Also, it won't be Half-Life.
Nope.
We're hoping maybe Portal?
Possibly.
Portal branded? I could see it being in the Portal universe because more than anything, excepting maybe a new property we haven't seen, Portal has that magic mix of being humorous, cartoony, well-written. It draws in non-gamers, and I think that's who Valve's going to want to grab with the Vive.
Yeah, the only red herring there is that there is already a Portal demo using the Vive, and that's kind of a dead giveaway. I think they're probably working on a new IP. Looking at what Blizzard is doing, where they're basically doing Team Fortress, why doesn't Valve just say, hey, why don't we just make a Blizzard game?
Yeah.
And call it Dota 2.
There you have it, everyone. Make sure to remind us how wrong we were when all this stuff is announced. But at least we put this video on the internet. We put our asses on the line every single day, right, Lawrence?
Yes, every day. Damn it.
All right,
Boy,
so
it
if you
sure
have
is
any-
easy. When it's been announced, and then you go back and you say, fucking idiots, of course. Yeah, where were you when we were out there doing the work?
Just saying, our names are out there, so if you want to yell at us, you hit us all up at James Willems. Now that the Rift has a release date, or release quarter that is, let's take a look at all the major VR headsets that are in development and see which one is shaping up to be the VR winner.
Lawrence, declare the winner.
The Google Cardboard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Good winner.
I'm going to make it.
Go ahead and talk about Project.
All right, so first we've got Project Morpheus, which was announced by Sony in GDC 2014. Since then, we actually haven't heard too much. It's made the media tour, oddly. It's been at a lot of gaming events. People can use it. It was even on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon once.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
What happened to Jay Leno?